Hey, welcome to another day of Nourished Body, Nourished Soul, where we go on this journey of making contact and exploring the various different systems in our body, various different body parts, spending a day, a few minutes here and there to maybe not a full day, maybe not 24 hours, but spending 30 minutes or so each day to reconnect with this beautiful system, to explore its energy system. So that could be the chakras. It could be, our physical body, our foundations, our roots. Today we are working with the face. The face can offer us a lot of insight, a lot of information about what is happening on our internal system. How well are we flushing out our toxins? How which body part or which organ might need a little bit of help. So as I was mentioning, the temples, they're often associated with the liver. In Ayurveda, you look at your tongue to see how much toxins you might have. It's just about learning to decipher the cues and the symbols of the body so that we can more easily support it. If you don't have any oil, you can use coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, preferably rosehip oil or something that is skin safe. If you have jojoba oil, almond oil, anything like that, you are the guide here in this experience. So whatever oil you desire to use, maybe you want to infuse it with some skin safe essential oils, that is welcome too. And whenever you're ready, you are prepared emotionally and physically, just land into your space, find a comfortable seat. Just take a moment, take a breath. Close down your eyes and allow yourself to make this a different moment than the one that came before. Perhaps infusing it with intention, with a little bit of awareness, connected more to your breath. Allowing the fullness of you to reside in the fullness of now. So whatever parts are showing up for you today, allow them to be here. Maybe you're a bit cranky, groggy. Maybe there's some tensions. Can you take them along for the journey without having to stop or sacrifice this experience? Can you still show up for you? And as you are here, perhaps noticing where your shoulders are. Are they a little bit crunched towards your ears? Maybe you wish to relax them a little bit, elongate your spine, your neck, without strain, just to give a bit more spaciousness to your bones, to your inner system. Maybe you feel what it feels like to relax your jaw, to let your tongue drop in the floor of your mouth. Relaxing your forehead, melting the corners of your ears, remembering the strength and support of our base, our foundations, our roots. Breathing deep through the whole body, inhaling through the floor, through the roots. Letting that breath wash through you. all the way to the top of your head like an ocean wave. And as you exhale, allow it to wash out. We'll take a moment breathing just like that. Set an intention for today's practice. Just maybe an anchor that you can lean into whenever you feel a little bit tense or you feel like you're getting lost in the practice, just so you can infuse your breath in this experience with that. And before you begin to open your eyes, just place your right palm on your left shoulder as if to pat your shoulder and gently pull down rather. So you're pulling your shoulder away from your ear, feeling the weight of your hand as if to pat yourself on the shoulder and say, good job. Can you just feel the weight of your hand here for a moment and allow your shoulder to relax as you breathe and focus on that breath through the entirety of the practice. Swapping hands, resting your left hand on your right shoulder, pulling gently down. Today's practice is infused with softness and strength. So there will be times where we can press in a little bit more deeply into the tissue of our body. And also, we're not trying to fix, change, or force anything to move. We're not coming at this practice with an idea to fix our imperfections or things we dislike about ourselves. Think of it as a gentle self-love ritual where we get to reconnect with our face, allow it to perhaps breathe a little bit more, help it detox, help it bring more circulation, rejuvenation, just discovering the upper part of our body, which often can get neglected or forgotten about, especially if you do workouts, asana practice, yoga, kundalini. None of these practices tend to focus on the face specifically. So let both of your shoulders and palms drop and open your eyes. So take a little bit of oil into your hand, maybe 1 or 2 spritz, and rub it between the palms of your hands, just warming it up a little bit. We will begin with our chest. So place 2 of your hands on your heart space. Press into your heart. I always love this feeling. I love pressing and feeling my heart being held. And sometimes what I'll do is actually I'll hinge forward with my hips a little bit. To feel more of that weight and more of that resistance in my hands, pulling me back. Beautiful. Now begin to create circular movements on your heart space. Pressing your fingers into your chest a little bit. Using your entire hand, so palm, the middle, and if you wish to have a little bit more pressure, using the other hand to press in and travel a little bit into your shoulder very gently. We don't want to agitate any system yet, or ever actually. We're not here to agitate ourselves more. So just swim your hands between your chest, your shoulder, perhaps the back of your neck, gently scooping and using your hand like a little paddle. It's a very attractive term to use. Just swimming through your shoulders and your heart space. How sweet is that? How much sweetness can you bring into this experience? Now we're going to activate our lymph a little bit, so tapping underneath the clavicle. Deep breaths. Tapping above. Tapping underneath our chin, underneath our ears. Our sternocleidomastoid, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. These big long muscles in our neck. And now giving a gentle tap through your entire face with your fingertips traveling to the top of your head, bouncing your fingertips on the top of your head. Using your entire palms to bounce through your head. Bouncing your palms through the back, hitting that arch in your skull. Gently, you're not trying to, bash your head in. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Coming back to your armpits. The other armpit. Our belly, so massaging like this or in circular movement. Whatever feels good for you today. And where our groin meets our legs, our hips, massaging in that point there. And then your knees, massaging underneath your knees, the backs of your knees. And the same with the other knee. Beautiful job. This is just a very light lymph activation. Make sure you drink a little bit of extra water today. So coming back into this beautiful chest, begin to massage the spaces in between your ribs. So You can use one finger on each side, you can use 2 fingers, and traveling all the way up to your clavicle. Traveling up towards your face. Keeping your neck straight without strain, spine long. You're not hunching over to do this. And now take your 2 fingers and trace, walk underneath your clavicle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more. And now above. Two more times. One more time. Swapping sides. Top of the clavicle. Beautiful job. And now take a moment to actually just brush your fingers through your clavicle and around in a slower manner. This is such a beautiful part of the body. I always love this part in sculptures. Taking your right palm into your left, gosh, what is that called? Shoulder. Completely escaped my mind. What is this? Shoulder joint? Shoulder socket? Where your arm meets your shoulder. And just using your thumb to delicately massage places in and around that shoulder joint. Taking it over to the left side. Imagine through this whole experience, you're, serving yourself with a yummy massage. If it helps, maybe think about, if you were giving a massage to somebody else, how would you want them to feel? You wouldn't be like pulling their shoulders left, right, and center, or trying to fix anything, right? What if your touch could be like, I'm here for you. And now look towards your right side, and we're going to work with this muscle here. So if you twist your head to the right, maybe you want to, look at me this way so that you can feel the muscle, but also look at the screen. So I'm going to show you this way so you can see. We're going to gently take our finger and try and catch this muscle underneath. When I say catch, you're not really like going for the grip, especially if this is your first time doing something like that. But just allowing the muscle tissue to exist between this finger and your thumb. And you're massaging down. So feel for the pressure. You don't have to be afraid of anything here. If it's difficult for you, just maybe strain your head a little bit. Don't strain your head, turn your head a little bit more to the right. And just recognize that this is also a process, a journey, that our tissue, our fascia, it gets into a habitual way of existing. And we're simply making contact, so we're trying to travel all the way up to that jawline, all the way where that jawline meets the ear. Feel free to add a little bit of oil here. just a little bit. And I'm just very gently massaging that down all the way up towards the ear, where I'm going to massage and hold and press this area around and under the jaw. It can feel a little bit painful, a little bit tense, so just like with massage, place yourself. Maybe don't jam your fingers all the way in. Maybe hold a tension point, breathe into it, and release. Don't be afraid of the pain either. Pain just means that the tissue is a little bit inflamed, that it has not received maybe a lot of love, or maybe you are going too hard, so it can be a whole journey. Now take your right palm and you're scooping it right underneath that skull. So where this back muscle meets the base of your skull. So it's not the same muscle, it's actually traveling from your rhomboids. But just massage the back of your head here. Maybe you want to cup your hand a little bit. So what you can do is gently cup your hand and push that muscle that we just worked with a little bit back as you massage base of your skull. I love this space. Oh my gosh, it always feels so good. If you have any headache or tension, this spot is for you. And now allowing the fingers to just pull the tissue from the middle of your neck and allow it to come out towards your side. And you're doing that all the way to the back, the middle of your shoulders. Just releasing that tissue. And now lift your shoulder a little bit and we're gonna squeeze our top muscle here. So allowing ourselves to, almost listen to our ear. We're just going to gently squeeze and release. Squeeze and release, traveling the entire length of this muscle. If you have any tension here, just be careful not to hurt yourself. And if there's any tension point, maybe you wish to stay there for a moment and just gently breathe into that space. Beautiful job, and press into that shoulder a little bit as you stretch your neck in the opposite direction, twisting a little bit, looking away. So good. Relax, come back to the middle. We're gonna do the other side. So begin by cupping your, the muscle on the other side of her face. Wait, actually we didn't do that muscle yet. Hold on. Same exercise. Twist your head to the left. And now I like to take my right hand and just begin to use my thumb here. Thumb and index finger. So index finger like goes underneath the muscle, right? And this thumb keeps traveling upwards along with the base index finger and just caressing this muscle all the way into the jaw. Maybe doing another round just like that. Breathing deep and long. And massaging that underneath of the jaw and behind the ear. Your head is strong, your spine is straight. Not tensing, you're not, trying to reach for anything because you're gonna feel the tension of your muscles, but just don't do that, right? Don't scrunch down. Beautiful. So good. What we're doing here is we're activating our lymph and allowing any fluid or any tension that we might have in our face to have a space to flow out of. Because if all of this is blocked up, then, our lymph can't flow. Our lymph is one of the few places in the body where it doesn't have a pump. So doing vertical positions in yoga is really helpful. Doing that exercise of activating the lymph, doing some cardio, things like that. Now take your left palm and make sure that you're, scooping this muscle gently backwards as you're massaging the base of the skull. So good. So good. This is such a loving ritual. Like, I always feel so good after this. I mean, it wasn't always like that. Sometimes I gave myself injuries by going too heavy-handed with myself. But actually making a ritual out of it and learning to feel the pressure of my body, where my body is saying yes, where my body is saying no, has been an incredibly beautiful journey to tune into. Now again, take your hands and begin to travel down towards the middle of your shoulders. Just scooping away, scooping and dragging away from the center line. So twisted my rib in a weird way. Okay, lift your shoulder up towards your ear as if you're listening and gently pinch and squeeze. When I mean gently, you can use a bit more force here because we're trying to, bring circulation to a very dense tissue, and actually our body can take quite a bit of weight here, but not to the point where you're hurting yourself. So I can quite literally just almost lift this muscle away from my shoulder. It's up to you to gauge the pressure you need today. Better to go easier and then deepen rather than just going full force. Now press your left palm into your right shoulder and tilt your head away at like a 60-degree angle, lifting your chin slightly towards the sky. Breathing deep, you'll feel the stretch here. Your jaw can be relaxed. Oh my god, so good. Relax that. Stretch and twist your neck one way very gently. And another way. Let your head hang forward for a moment and just place the weight of your hand onto it, stretching the base of your neck. You're not trying to pull, you're just using your weight of your hands. So good. Use your palm to lift yourself by pushing your forehead back. Notice, take a moment to feel how you're feeling. How is that for you? Now take your thumbs, place them underneath your jaw, and begin to, you can use your index fingers to hold your chin and just slowly massage. I'm going to be sounding really silly through this if you haven't noticed, because I'm pushing into different places of the tissue. So you're just feeling for that little divot, that little space under the chin. Gently doing like a circular motion. Shoulders down, long spine. Now begin to trace the underline of your jaw traveling back. So you're just going to be walking backwards, you know? So it's as if you have your thumbs, they're starting at your chin, and you're almost pushing them like this, as if you're trying to touch more of your jaw while keeping a steady grip with those two index fingers, cleaning the top of your jaw. Here you can feel slight bubbles. Here, that's fine. They go away over time. Just cleaning your jaw. And swooping it down. And swooping it down. One last time. And swooping it down. Now, you can do that a few more times, going more into your side here, into your jowls, into your and now relax your shoulders, relax your hands, stretch around your jaw a little bit, and let it hang open. As you let it hang open, feel the muscles here. This is your cheekbone, you're gonna be traveling underneath it and down. So we're gonna be tracing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different layers starting from the ear and traveling down. So open your mouth, jaw relaxed. Gently gently pushing in and traveling down. Next line. Next line. This can be really painful, so use your own judgment here. How deep you wish to go. Other side. Jaw relaxed. Keep your breath going. Oh my gosh. Now you can take your knuckles and just drag down a little bit through the entirety of that muscle. TMJ, that's what I wanted to say. That's often associated with that area, lockjaw. So notice as well our jaw, our throat, our facial muscles, our vocal cords can be connected to our womb, to our pelvic floor, to our yoni. If you look at the anatomy of those two structures, they're very similar. And also the fascia in the body works in such a way that, we might massage our feet. We can use reflexology, and that might allow us to have more opened up hamstrings. The body is such a beautiful, intricate instrument. So we're just trying to bring a little bit more flow through all of these techniques to, give some love to the body. Take your 2 fingers. We're massaging our nose. You may want to breathe through your mouth. You're more focusing on that little divot in the back. Beautiful job, relax. So good. I love this. I love these exercises. Take your pinky fingers and trace the corners of your eyes down towards that little point where the bone of the nose meets your face, and gently press in. This activates our nasolabial folds a little bit more, so the muscles are not feeling so lazy. Now take the opposite pinky and place it, or finger, and place it on that nose ridge and drag a little bit upwards with the other thumb. So you're just literally dragging a little bit upwards, but keeping this finger in place. So depending on your fingers, on your bone structure, you might play around with using different fingers. Swapping over to the other side. Beautiful job. Now take your flat palms, and as you go left and right, gently push back. Push back underneath your chin. So you're massaging left and right, scoop back. Massaging left and back, scoop back and down. Beautiful job. Now take the edge of your hand and we're gonna scoop towards the ear from the corner of your mouth a little bit in. So the pressure begins here. And I'm doing a little movement like that while I scoop in with my base hand, just pronouncing more of that cheekbone. And then pushing it behind and under the ear. You can keep tension here. And pushing it behind the ear and down. Same thing on the other side. Scoop it behind your ear. Great stuff. Take your fingers here. Pull as if you're pulling a headband over your head. Watch the strain in your neck as you do this. But it's like you're trying to pull back your scalp a little bit. So here in the corners of your eyes, or in this little divot, I'm gonna do 8s with 2 fingers together. And once you grab some tissue, pull it against your scalp and scoop again with that left palm. So doing little figure 8s, scooping through, pull up, shake, grab it with the other hand. If you wish, you can lean a little bit into that left hand so it's easier, so you're not straining your neck so much. One last time, little 8s. Pull up with that tissue, grab it with the other hand, and now push it into your hairline with some vibration. Grab and push, pull it into your hairline. Grab and push, pull it into your hairline. Bueno, the other side. So headband mode with your right hand. Number 8s with your left 2 fingers. Scoop and push towards your scalp. Grab it with the other hand. Number 8, scoop up, drag. Number 8, scoop up and drag. Number 8, scoop up and drag. Now, drag all of that. I like to still use my right hand here. It's a little bit stronger. Allows me to bring a little bit more vibration into my skull, which feels super yummy. Now, place one finger closer to your left eyebrow and drag your right finger into this area of your eyebrow. So we're scooping and pulling back, then letting go. Scoop, pull back, let go. Scoop, pull back, let go. All the way to your eyebrow. Now, pinch, and as if you're trying to wring out your eyebrow, bring a little bit of motion into this place. So you're I'm taking my thumb and pushing underneath as I drag with my upper finger down. So it's this twisting motion. You can use both hands, and if you have long fingernails, you might want to avoid this area. Stepping over to your other side, pressing that finger closer to your other eyebrow, and gently dragging your left eyebrow all the way into the middle. And now scoop inwards and drag, bring out that eyebrow. Scoop inwards and drag. Scoop inwards and drag. I usually have so much tension here. Now take your knuckles and just lean into the knuckles and gently pull up towards your forehead. And you can travel through the remainder of your forehead as well. Oh my goodness, all done. If there's any redness on your face, that's okay. Maybe notice if that's an area that you went really hard on. And one last thing we'll do is gonna be pinch the places in your scalp. So it's like you're grabbing a piece of hair and you're just trying to lift your scalp a little bit, bringing more circulation into it. So grabbing the chunks of your hair. It's okay, you're not gonna hurt yourself or scalp, and our hair is super duper strong, and actually we need circulation here. We have very important meridian points actually going through the center line of our head and across, and also in so many other places. So if you ever have a migraine or a headache, this exercise is super yummy. So I kind of just like to travel through sections, gently grabbing and squeezing, lifting, circulating, massaging. It can actually feel a little bit painful because we're not used to doing this. But it's gonna be super worth it. Don't forget the center back of your head. Oh, goodness me. Ooh, that part in particular, super tender. Oh my goodness, but feels so good. And now travel all the way back. We're turning into ASMR. Give that back of your neck one last little zhuzh. How do you feel? Maybe you want to brush your fingers through your scalp. So good, so good. How do you feel? How was it to experience the amount of different muscles that we can have in our face? For me, it was a crazy journey. I was like, wow, there's so much tension here, especially for me, and that eyebrow point here, here. I really became so fascinated with why is it that the face can feel so tense and so painful. And through different courses and discovery, I learned that our face often holds information, and the body here it's not meant to be painful. It's meant to be like the skin on our elbows, that we can grab it, twist it around, and we actually don't feel that much pain. But because we've, and as I'm speaking, can just pinch Oof, this is juicy. You can just begin to pinch the first layer of your skin. Mm, and traveling through and around. Oof. This is incredibly juicy. So tense, and yeah, I started to feel a lot of tension in my jaw, so I also got professionally done massages where they do similar but massage on the inside of your mouth. Oh my goodness, the amount of pain that I felt was insane. So I thought, why not help the body a little bit and relieve that tension, that pressure? Gently tap your fingers on your face. That's enough of work for today. Oftentimes I get a little bit of a ridge, like a thinking ridge here on my forehead. So even throughout the day I like to just tap 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 tap, just gently relax that. But we all have different mimicry on our face, so we can use different exercises to, balance that out. But anywho, there's so much to do, so much to discover around this area, but I hope that today has given you a bit more of an insight of, wow, this whole entire structure that exists and that I walk with and that I communicate with. What if I tended to it a little bit? So be careful. If you went a little bit heavy-handed today, your face might be a little bit tender. So maybe avoid doing this exercise tomorrow. If you want to repeat it at any point, just give yourself a break and make sure that you drink a little bit of extra water today, maybe with natural electrolytes. So adding in some salt, adding in some lemon, and making sure that you stay hydrated and you allow the body to flush out. Okie dokie. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.